Hey, hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to the Done Creative Live for our lunar eclipse, total lunar eclipse nonetheless, reading. And of course, we got one donation already. So, yeah, we're going to dive into these energies and see what's up. I hope you're all doing well and that you don't mind the inconvenience of moving our Woo Woo Wednesday to Woo Woo Tuesday today. But these energies with this eclipse are so potent today that I couldn't bypass it and, have to wait till tomorrow to talk about it. I wanted to get it while it's fresh. So that's why I made the decision to move it till today. And I'll move my camera out of the way. It's kind of an eyesore over there. So let's put it over here on my filming table. Out of the way. Hopefully it should be safe over there. Hello, everybody. Amber's here. Melinda's here. Kirsten's here. Brandy Lynn. Hello, ladies. How are you? And to top it off, my Making Magic deck that I ordered, I want to say Sunday, arrived super early. It was supposed to be here tomorrow. So, yeah, and it's a really cool little deck. I've seen a lot of other readers use it, and for years I've like, I need to order that. I need to order that. I just never did. But it called to me the other day. I'm like, I'm just gonna get it. So it's called Making Magic: Manifest Your Dreams by Priestess Moon. And in the back it says, this 40 card mini deck features a combination of medieval amulets, Celtic charms, alchemical glyphs, and sigils, along with an explanation of how each symbol can help you manifest your desires. And I thought it was really cute how to use the cards, so I'll read that as well. Use the cards to boost your spell work or carry a chosen card to achieve your goals. And that's something I kind of would do with it's about this same size. It's the little star seed, the little mini deck. And I used to carry those like in my bag. The one card I had in there, the abundance card, got ripped in half, and my son Wrigley fessed up that, yeah, I ripped it in half. I accidentally bent it, and then I kept going, and it ripped. So, and it was very fitting for that time when that happened. My abundance went, it was a major sign from the universe. Crazy how this happens, but I thought we would incorporate a little bit of making magic into our collective reading tonight. Let's see who else is here. Oh, you're starting a teaching job, Kirsten. High five, big hug, sister. Yes, that's awesome. Michelle De Leon is here. Hello, my dear. Scarlett's here. Michelle Lynn. Hello, beautiful souls. So exciting. I'm so excited. I've been on this it almost feels like an unnatural, for me anyway, high on life kind of feeling for probably since basically the solar eclipse. I cannot remember personally a eclipse cycle, the 2 week kind of between eclipse corridors, right? In recent history, that my life wasn't just a complete like downward spiral, but this one I'm like preemptively kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop, but then at the same time I know it's not, at least not soon. I'm feeling so good. And I know so many others of you out there are not feeling the love right now from the universe. So again, my major empathy goes out to those who are really struggling in these energies. I'm definitely feeling them, but in just such a transformational way that I'm here for it. I'm ready for this. This eclipse is actually happening, the one on the 25th that happened, 2 weeks ago on the new moon, solar eclipse, was happening in my first house. This one's happening in my seventh house. So just that axis of me and other people is really, I'm making a lot of changes, making a lot of shifts. And my son, my actual son, is conjunct this eclipse. So get ready, me. Here we go. But I feel so good. I cannot remember just recent eclipse cycles that I've really been tracking that I felt this good. And the one on the 25th, my Jupiter was almost exactly conjunct that in my first house with that eclipse. So I don't know. I just feel such elevated shifts, not like the let's bring you back down, because I've done so much shadow work, so much soul work, so much just trying to get myself in a good place and really cut out the things that I knew weren't good for me. And that's why I feel so good right now. I just wish I could bottle this up and utilize it for when I'm not feeling so great, or to, give you guys some of this loving, I just feel like I could burst with just happiness. And yeah, it's good. It's good. And if you're not feeling it, you will be feeling so much better soon. I won't say I guarantee you, because I don't know for sure, but I feel it. I feel it coming. So yeah, I kind of wanted to check in. Last Friday, we had an amazing live stream. Starting at the 1 hour, 19 minute, and 11-second mark, we were doing a reading for Earthy Deva, who is our one and only donation tonight. I started her reading, and little did I know one of her past lives would completely hijack the reading and give us this amazing information. And people in the chat were going and researching the things that were coming through, and I was absolutely blown away. I'm still like reeling from it. And the funny thing is, Amber, you're here. You were there that day. The actress that we tuned into, her birthday was April 27th, because mine's April 28th. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. It's the day before my birthday. And then Anna, Earthy Deva, said her birthday is April 27th, the same as the actress we tuned into. So I mean, you can't make this stuff up. I mean, of all the birthdays, same birthday. Like, how? How? And I think the same thing happened for Michelle De Leon when we tuned into her past life as one of the Zodiac killer's victims. That lady you incarnated in that life had the same birthday as you in this life. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, you guys. It's just crazy. So crazy. And your birthday's April 29th. That's so beautiful. That's awesome. Yeah, Michelle remembers that. That was a wild ride. That I couldn't believe that. I'm like, this feels like, I don't know, I want to say the Zodiac killer, but I didn't say it out loud during the stream until after I did some research, and I'm like, I should have just said it. My ego was like, oh, I don't want to be wrong. But now I don't care. I just let out whatever's coming out. I just let it flow. If it's not exactly 100% correct, that's whatever. I just did my job. And so the spirit said, and that's that. And it was funny too, Amber, because I kept tuning in like 1911, 1911. That year kept coming up for me. And then the timestamp was 1 hour, 19 minutes, and 11 seconds. So 1911. You can't make this stuff up. And then another thing I wanted to check in with you guys on, the beta testers. Remember what I was having you guys beta test if you chose, was the fact that I just decided, because the astral realm is a huge dumpster fire, I'm no longer participating at all. I don't go to the astral realm anymore. When I sleep every night, since I think it was Thursday night, it was the night before the live stream. So Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night, and tonight, Tuesday night, will be 6 nights. I'll kind of report back what I've been experiencing. But I just asked you guys on Friday's live stream. And I told you guys this big epiphany I've had, that the astral realm is collapsing. Like, the light has basically up and packed its bags. If there's any light left in the astral realm, I haven't been able to find it in months for sure. My dreams are just frustrating. I wake up more tired than ever. I'm just like stuck in these weird loops in my dreams when I'm in the astral realm, and I'm not here for it anymore. I'm done. So instead of just going to sleep and going where I go, I set the intention every night now. Sorry if I'm all handsy and wavy. I get like that when I'm excited. Sorry. Yeah, so trigger warning for anyone with like fast moving, like that causes you pain. Maybe just listen and don't watch. But anyway, I set the intention before bed not to go to the astral realm. So I set the intention to go to the organic, and this is important, organic 5D matrix or beyond. That could be 5D, 60, 70, 8D, 12D. Go where you need to go. Just don't go to the astral realm anymore, guys. It's toxic. It's a dumpster fire. It's on its last legs. And as a result of that, a lot of that stuff that was caught in the astral realm has nowhere else to go. So it's surfacing here on the earth realm. So you guys will be seeing some things, hearing some things, maybe not with your own eyes, but like second, third, fourth hand accounts. Those of you that are more sensitive, you might be seeing things that are just unbelievable. But again, it's like the cockroaches have scattered because the lights are turned on, and they have nowhere to hide. There's nowhere to hide anymore. That's a good thing, right? It feels scary, but it's a good thing. Oh, you had a very crazy dream in the morning. Okay, so I will kind of quickly let you guys know what I experienced the first night that I set that intention with the astral, no more going to the astral realm, going to the organic 5D matrix and beyond. And for the first time since I've ever had a cell phone, since like 2006, 2007, when I got my first cell phone, in every dream I've had with any kind of phone where I got to call someone, text someone, dial a number, nothing will work right. I can't ever connect and make a call. I can't. Like, for years, since 2006 or 7, not been able to make a a successful phone call on a cellular phone device on in a dream. But on Thursday night, when I set that intention, the first thing that I recall when I woke up was I made a successful phone call. Like that has never happened to me in since 2006 to 2007. I don't remember like the landline phone calls. I don't remember that far enough back to remember my dreams from when I was in like high school and stuff. I don't remember. But wow, it was a game changer for me. And every night since, there's been a lot of nights, and I kept saying in that live stream, we'd be doing some recalibrating. And that came up again in the reading I filmed today, which is going to be on the 11/11 portal, big timeline shifts. That's coming out on 11/11. It's huge. It's insane. It's amazing energy. Cannot wait for you guys to see it. But yeah, that. And where was I going with that? I was going somewhere. Oh, the recalibration. So yeah, my dreams. My dreams have been very like it's like when I wake up, it's like I can catch the tail end of it, but then it slips from my fingers and it's gone. But last night I did remember my dream, and it was kind of weird. I was in my mom's, my childhood home, my mom's house that burned down and is no longer. It wasn't burned in that dream though. It was like everything was waterlogged, and the floor of the upstairs that caved in. If you guys watched the house fire video that I posted over on my writing channel, that whole playlist I think is linked in this description if you guys want to know what I'm talking about. But the part of the upstairs that was totally caved in that video, I dreamed that it was like the floor was like mushy and waterlogged, and like parts of it kept falling through. And I was trying to work with my writing group for some reason to like restore the upstairs, and it just wasn't working. But instead of me being frustrated and like caught in a cycle, caught in a loop of like what I would be like in the astral realm, I just felt like we were coming together to work. And my dream, I don't know where it ended or what happened from there, but I woke up not feeling frustrated. And that's a huge thing for me because I wake up so many nights feeling so frustrated with the astral realm. So yeah, that is just something. Anyone else have anything to report back that's tried this? We kind of set our little, if you guys want to beta test, and if you want to, like from now, tonight, setting the intention and beta testing, the next few days, we can check in again on Friday and see if you guys are seeing or having noticeable changes as a result of no longer, going to the astral realm and going beyond. Yeah, I'm going to catch up on your comments. Let's see. Go back up. Hello, beautiful soul family. Hello. You've done so much work, Amber. I know you have. I'm so proud of you. Yes. Yeah. Scarlett is struggling with lack of energy, but otherwise lots of serendipity moments. Yes, there's a lot of that going on. A lot of synchronicities, a lot of serendipity, a lot of deja vu stuff because there's a lot of weird like timeline things, time glitches, time shifts. So much that I'm covering in this pick a card that I've already got filmed. It's still part of it's laying out on my table over there. That's why I keep pointing over there. Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah. Oh, you saw that too. Yep. Well, you had a crazy dream in the morning. Saw the past life reading. It was really crazy cool. Yeah, I was still like, just like, wow, that was so cool. I did what you said on that, and my dreams have been a lot calmer and not as traumatizing. Yeah, see, and it doesn't mean everything is rainbows and roses because we're still working on things. But at least we're feeling, so far, 5 days, almost 6 days in now for me, just feeling more empowered when I go wherever I go at night. I know it's not the dumpster fire of the astral realm, so I wish I'd have known this sooner. Oh, hello, Ashley Santy. Welcome, my dear. So good to have you here. We're glad to have you. So yeah, I think that all being said, I think we've checked in. If you haven't voted already, I'm probably going to close this voting here in about 30 seconds. So get your vote in if you are here and watching. And it says, can you feel these transformational energies in your life for better or worse or anywhere in between? If you're feeling a little something, whatever it is, go ahead and select yes. If not, select no. And I'm going to give you guys a few seconds on that. And we're going to go ahead and get into our collective reading. I did a much more in-depth and deep dive into the eclipse season and the next 6-month energies over on Patreon. And another little Patreon announcement too before we get into our collective while I give you time to vote. We do have a Patreon hangout on Zoom next Thursday, meaning November 17th. So not this Thursday, but the following Thursday, November 17th at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. on Patreon. We have a Zoom link over there, and that is for the Magic Moldavite and the Mystic Meteorite tiers over on Patreon. So for as little as 11.11, you can join us for that, and you will also gain all the exclusive content and have it unlocked for you over on Patreon as well if you want to come hang out with us. And we are going to be talking about our spiritual experiences, and there's one that I already talked about in the weekly reading over on Patreon that I'm super excited to get into. And just a little clue for those that watch the weekly reading, I'm pretty sure Amber has. This was one of the things that was uncovered, and you're like, well, that looks like a weird painting of a dog. Yeah, kind of looks like my Judith, my little Judy. Yeah. But I talk all about that, and I probably won't get into that just out in here quite yet. But we're going to talk about all that stuff on Patreon. So fun. All right, I'm ending the poll. We got 14 votes. 86% say yes, they're feeling these energies. 14% saying no, they're not feeling. Or no, sorry, 14%, not 60%. Yeah, so there are your poll results. And yeah, for anyone wanting to get a guaranteed reading tonight, you can always send your donation either through SuperChat or PayPal, wherever the links may be for those things. And the pricing is slightly different for each, so check the description box for why that is. Excuse me. And all your donations do go to help my mom, whose house burned down in July of 2019. She's still living in that camper. We're hoping to get her out. I'm just beside myself that she has to be in that camper again. We're having another pretty harsh winter already. I mean, we've got the cold, we've got the snow and the rain and the and the ice, and it's going to be an experience. But hopefully by next year we can get her out of that situation. So all right, we have another one-card read donation coming in from Kirsten. So we got 2 one-card read donations. Thank you so much. Let's get into our collective. Long-winded Amanda, but I wanted to share some things and just check in with you guys. I never like to just, cut it short, get to the point, because it's more fun this way. All right. So there's a more in-depth read. Actually, I'm going to check my notes. I did make a couple notes to kind of let you guys know what all is going on with these eclipse energies. And I didn't want to miss a point because I get sidetracked and tangented. I go on a tangent. That's probably more accurate English. And then I forget to circle back to what I wanted to say. So I made a couple little phone notes over here. So we've got the lunar eclipse. It's a total lunar eclipse, which is pretty rare. I mean, they don't happen every year. Next one will be in 2025. So, every few years or so. And this eclipse is happening in Bharani Nakshatra, which is the nakshatra of birth. It's the birth canal. The representative of this nakshatra is the yoni, the female yoni, the female birth canal. And this is that energy of what births into life also destroys or kills life, or brings life to an end, I should put it more eloquently. And it's ruled by the god Yama, who is the god of death. And it is creation energy. This is where things are birthed and created. So if you have any personal planets in Bharani Nakshatra, this is happening in Western Taurus or sidereal or Vedic Aries sign. So wherever your Taurus is for Western astrology followers or your Aries for Vedic astrology followers, and this is a blood moon, total lunar eclipse, like I had said. And of course, it's election day here in the US, so big things are shaking up. I already got a huge download on a potential, not saying this will happen, because a good prediction when it doesn't come true, especially if it's a doom and gloom bad thing. I'm seeing a lot of, they're showing me, they're not telling me exactly if it's Minnesota, if it's Ohio, but it might be one of those two. I've never been to either one, but they're kind of showing me Midwest, more though toward the East Coast. So just what I know of geography, that would be more Ohio, but I mean, somewhere over mid to East Coast, there might be some riots or I'm seeing downtown area, buildings on fire and stuff. And I'm hoping that doesn't happen just because of, people rioting and just getting a little crazy. That could happen. I mean, it's election day, because I don't mean to laugh, but the energy is very potent right now. But this eclipse is happening less than 1 degree away from Uranus. Uranus is this, it creates major shifts, major changes. It's very Aquarian energy. And the last time we had the eclipse or something was, I cannot remember exactly what it was. I didn't write it down. I think it was before it was this. I think it was Saturn square Uranus was when the Roe v. Wade was overturned. So major changes around like reproductive rights, and we're in the sign of Barney, the birth canal, the female yoni. I mean, there might be something coming in with this or decisions made because of this, but this is a time of big life-changing decisions for all of us, and radical actions and taking action on your dreams, and you're intuitively guided to take certain actions and making sure you're not making major changes today. I mean, if you've already made a big change today, that's okay, but usually these energies, you'll kind of get a sense of what you're doing, and then it's a little bit after these lunar eclipses and solar eclipses happen that you finally will take some action on it. But if you're unsure of what direction your life is going, just allow yourself to be in the void or the flow and just see what happens. Of course, you make the decisions or the choices and take the actions you're guided to take. All right, so that all being said, let's get into some cards for the collective reading. Woo! Yeah, Five of Wands. So I'm really picking up, this is more collective, like human collective, maybe even like election day collective, lunar eclipse, all that fun stuff going on. Quite possibly, fighting, bickering, just chaos and conflict with different people. But this is looking more like an organized chaos. So there might be some sort of group that's actually organizing some of these protests or riots, or a group that's behind some of these big things going on that make the news, or I'm just seeing, it's almost like, a behind the scenes conspiracy or something quite possibly going on, that it may appear one way, but it's actually something completely different. Let's see. Oh, my Vedic Aries is also in the 7th house, and I only have the sun there. Yeah, which is a pretty big planet. It's a pretty big deal. But because Aries, is ruled by Mars, to find out more about that house, you can find where your Mars is in your chart, Amber, and that'll help you kind of deconstruct or figure out what influences is on that or are on that house. So we have also Queen of Swords. So this is us standing in our truth. Whether we are speaking these words out loud or just thinking them and knowing them to be true, we are coming into our own awareness of what it is we need to say, what we need to communicate, and staying out of conflict. I think it's best to, and I think I had mentioned this in, was it the weekly reading on Patreon or was it the eclipse reading? One of the two is about really learning how to know when to say something and when to hold back. It's going to become very important coming up, because there are just certain, I guess, just conversations, certain, especially like online on social media, there's just certain things that you can just scroll on by. You don't even need to put your effort, your attention, your awareness into it. You might have your thoughts about it, but it doesn't mean it needs to be out there unless you see something blatantly wrong and you want to stand your ground on something. But this is about knowing when to speak and when to just, it's not worth your time. And usually coming from a place of love is the key here. If you're wondering, do I speak, do I not? If you're coming from a place of love, absolutely. If you're coming from a place of fear or wanting to, set someone straight because they're ignorant or, whatever, that's usually coming from, I won't say purely ego, but a lot of times it is, because if you're living more from that or coming or approaching it from that higher perspective, you don't care what other people think. You're just shining your light, doing your thing, and that's that. All right, what else do we need to know? Oh, in Taurus in the 9th house. Very interesting. All right. We have the Knight of Swords. So yeah, taking action. And again, this is a card of speaking or speaking before you think. You just say something without even thinking, and then you got to kind of sometimes backpedal or take those words back. So at this time, specifically over these next 6 months, but more specifically the next month or so, I would say just think really loud and clear in your head before you verbalize something, because some of the things you say could really hurt someone. And maybe there's something someone's saying to you that they didn't think, they spewed it out, and now you're hurt because of their words. I mean, that energy is very ripe here. And I'm really seeing this on a grander scale, just more collectively, is people, I don't know why it's so social media oriented, what Spirit's showing me, but It's like someone will say something and then they'll delete the post, or they'll say something in some other big long comment stream and then they'll delete that. And it's like, well, I'm fighting with no one because they deleted the comment. It's like just avoiding. I won't say avoiding. If you're being faced or wanting to face something, then face it. But just blissfully scrolling past anything that really doesn't involve you. I know as humans, we are curious creatures. We like to see, oh, what drama's going on over here? Like, it's happened to me too. But this is a time, and coming up, it's going to be a time of just dialing back and mostly just focusing on what lights you up, what you're growing and going through, and just kind of becoming self-centered, not in that egotistical kind of way, but just centering, creating your own little bubble, your own little, happy community, happy family, happy surroundings. It's about trying to maintain as much like higher vibration as you can. Of course, if you're feeling a certain type of way, allow yourself to feel it, heal it, deal with it, and let it go. Your ninth house is Taurus too. Just got Chiron hanging there. Ah, nice. My Chiron is in Taurus in the 8th house. Oh, wounds upon wounds with that one. Okay, so what do we have? Oh, what else? What else? We have 2 that fell to the ground. Yes, yes. So we're breaking free from a lot of mental imprisonment, a lot of false beliefs, because with that Uranus all wrapped up in this eclipse, this is all about, false beliefs being flipped, completely flipped on their head. So the truth will actually be coming out in a lot of ways. People, I'm seeing maybe even certain people might even be, with this energy, falsely accused. So instead of just believing everything you see, hear, read, really tune in and see, is this right? Does this feel like reality? Because you're going to find out later, maybe not right now, but later, that someone that was wrongfully accused or falsely accused, or someone that seemed like a hero is now not a hero. I mean, there's just so much of this going on in the collective. But all that being said, I was saying, kind of create your own little community, create your own little bubble, and, raising your vibration. Again, there's times and places for shadow work and really diving in and not feeling all love and light. That's like completely just as valid as the love and light is facing the darkness. But you guys are really being called to work through the darkness right now to get to that place of love and light, to shine that light. Doesn't mean you'll never be back in that place of darkness again, because it happens to all of us. It's a cycle. It happens. But yeah, we're being asked to create our own little communities and celebrate the wins and have gratitude for the beautiful things in life, and just focus on what lights us up rather than the things that depress us. Because a lot of times when we're focused on politics and world events, we can project our energy into it and really help fuel that fire as well. But also we can really tend to feel very helpless, or like a victim, or like, I have no control here. These things are happening and I there's nothing I can do about it. And if that's already the case, why wallow in it? Why get stuck in it? Why you let it completely dictate your life? Yes, it's happening. Yes, it sucks. Whatever. It is what it is. But we're here to do a lot more than just contribute to this nastiness in society. All right. All that being said, let's get a couple of these cards, and then we'll go to our Making Magic deck as well. And then we're going to move into Earthy Davis' question. She may not be here. She's usually not here at the later streams because she's across the globe from me. But I'm going to see if she's here just to check. If not, I will timestamp hers, and then we can get into Kirsten's question first. And those are the only 2 donations I have. So what else do we need to know about tonight's lunar eclipse and just the energies going on? Ooh, what was I saying? Truth bombs. Yes, the truth is being revealed. If not right now, today, in the coming days, weeks, months, even years. This is setting a chain reaction of truth and crumbling of systems, big changes to anything that is not authentic or organic to how we're meant to be living and the systems that are in place. This is all just working to act as that crumbling effect to the things that are not serving humanity as a whole. It's really just serving those really top of the pyramid people, and that's about it. Not to say we can't have joy and happiness, on the more bottom tiers that most of us reside in, as far as the system. We actually are, if it's like an upside down triangle, the people who are basically supporting the triangle are the ones that really deserve all of that beauty and love and abundance. It should be the other way around, but because we're in an inverted system, it's upside down and backwards and inside out. But look, this is what's coming. We're here. We're here to be the change we want to see in the world, right? Let's get one more of these. What else do we need to know about this eclipse and the coming days, weeks, months? All right, transformation. Yes, as systems collapse, that means things change. That means we've got to transform these decrepit, if not completely vile systems that are in place out there in all areas of life. We're changing this, and it's going to start within us and then ripple effect out into the, the greater good. And each light is going to help reflect and grow and enhance other lights, and we don't have to do it alone. We have help. Not just with fellow humans, but also, our beyond the veil helpers as well. All right. Can you get us some words of wisdom or advice, or just let us know what we can expect as a result of these transformational eclipse energies? The festival creates an energetic blueprint for a fantastic party or event. The event. Dun, dun, dun. Look, that's exactly what the Three of Cups is. Very festival energy, very celebratory energy, very soul family coming together and connecting energy, and I'm here for it. Are you here for it? I'm here for it. Yes. All right, one more to wrap up this collective reading. All right. Oh, yours is an Aries in the 4th house we were talking about. Ooh, so there might be a lot of healing wrapped up for you, Scarlett, in this eclipse. Very interesting. Oh, yeah, Brandy Lynn just got, I think I read that one, yeah. And then Michelle says, I can't read this chart. Chiron is just in the middle of 8th and 9th house, right on the cusp there. Very interesting. It's almost like your big transformations in life, Amber, are going to lead you to deeper spirituality. I think that is how it is for most people, but for you, it's like a big part of what you're here to overcome and learn and challenge yourself with. All right, one more, please, Spirit. What do we need to know? Woo! One more. I get 3 more. Okay, we're here for it. So the fire, the element of fire heralds new life, renewed passion, and positive transformation. There's that word again, transformation. Then we have love, charm, attract a lover, soulmate, or life partner. And again, that soulmate energy of the 3 of Cups, it's very prevalent here. And then the star. The silver energy of the star brings good luck and serendipity. There's that word for Scarlet, serendipity. So there's more of the same. There's more where that came from for not just Scarlet, but all of us. It's beautiful. All right. So that was our collective lunar eclipse reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to put a like on the video if you're here for the fun. All right, so I don't think Anna is here, so I will go ahead and timestamp her. So Kirsten, go ahead and post your question for your 1-card read. We'll get right into that. And then if we have any other donations, we will get into those right after that. And before we go, I will bookend that with Anna's reading. But if it's just Kirsten and Anna, that's totally cool too. Oh, Aries Sun. How cool. Me too. In Vedic astrology. I'm a Taurus Sun in Western astrology. So there's that. Welcome, White Phoenix. Should I become an elementary school teacher, an HR manager, or a health coach? Ooh, let's ask. Okay. So we'll pull a card for the elementary teacher and one for the HR manager and one for the health coach. Kirsten's energy. Okay. So the teacher, King of Wands. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. Yes, that's a big yes. Big confirmation that you would thrive in that position. As far as the HR manager, we got Page of Wands. So it's like taking a step down because King of Wands for the elementary teacher. Not to say it wouldn't be a bad move. It would be a new beginning for you, but I think you would thrive much better as a, elementary teacher. And for the health coach, we have the Knight of Swords. This would be a whole new direction for you, but I do see this as, it's almost like elementary teacher takes first place, the health coach takes second place, and the HR manager takes third place. That's how I'm reading this. So let's ask how Kirsten will know what is coming for her. Ace of Cups. This is you tuning into yourself, into your soul, really loving yourself, nurturing yourself, self-love, self-care that I'm always preaching over here. That's how you're going to know. And you may even meet your next love as a result of this job shift or this job change. That might be how you meet your next partner, which is very interesting. Oh, I forgot to put these back from our collective reading. Let's do that. And then we'll just see what she needs to know about her career and making a major decision with any of these career paths or any that we haven't presented here either or yet. And we have commitment. Okay, wow. Look, and it's very similar cards. And this, I think, is the only tarot deck I have with the doves like that. I mean, look at the birds. They're sharing a cup. Then here they're sharing like a, I don't know, it looks like a twine heart or a yarn kind of heart thingy. You're gonna know. It's gonna light you up so big and bright. And I have a feeling it's gonna have to do more with the children aspect than any of these other career options that we have on the board tonight of the 3 that you've put out. So yeah, this, yeah, would be a bunch of students. Yeah. Very interesting too, because the King of Wands came out for your elementary teacher reading. That could be that masculine energy, this energy. I'd say this is the clear winner of the 3 that you've presented tonight. See if there's any other options. Just one more quick message for Kirsten. Any other options besides what she's presented? It's very interesting because it's, to me, it's like, you're very aware of these 3 options that you've presented, but there's yet another option that maybe not on your radar yet. Or maybe it's on your radar, but you feel it's way too far out of reach to even try for it. Could be either of those. But I'll leave you to kind of ruminate and journal and intuit on those. Use your intuition, really feel into it, see what that means for you. But whatever you do, follow your heart, do what lights you up, and you're going to find love as you do this, because you're really coming into your, like that, I hear like the word soul fire, like you're coming into your own happiness and abundance and love for yourself, that it's going to open the door for a committed relationship that feels much more healthy than the one I know you were recently in. So big hugs. That's amazing. Yeah. Amazing, amazing stuff. All right, Kirsten, I hope it resonated. Thanks again for your donation. Okay, so we have here Scarlett, who is my soulmate, who I'm thinking it is. And I just want to caveat your question by saying that soulmates, we've got multiple soulmates. You can have a dog or a pet that was a soulmate or is a soulmate. You can have a parent that's a soulmate, a child that's a soulmate, a friend from high school or kindergarten, or someone you haven't met yet that's a soulmate. You have multiple love interests along your lifetime that are soulmates. A lot of us are soul family, just traveling lifetime after lifetime together. So specifically, if you're asking about a romantic soulmate, let's tune into that. Is her soulmate that she's thinking of, is that her soulmate? Is that a soulmate for her? Is this person a soulmate for Scarlett, please? Wow. Absolutely. Absolutely. We've got the World, the Empress, and the Queen of Swords. So you guys have been in many lifetimes together, and I think in this life you are using the connection you have, whether you do get together romantically or physically in any way or not, no matter what happens, you're closing out a cycle, because there have been many lifetimes where you were parent and child, where you were lovers, where you were sisters, brother and sister, brothers, aunts, uncles, friends, family members. You've been it all. But you're ready to come back home and feel comfortable in a connection with someone. And what I see with this is you being able, there's a potential here for you to be involved with this person on a deeper level than you are now. Let's just see any words of advice or wisdom from Spirit about this soulmate connection for Scarlett, please. Yeah, having compassion. And especially, I'm feeling that like motherly energy of the Empress here. Like having compassion for this person. Maybe this person's been through a lot. The person I'll be with as married. What do you mean by that? Are they married, or that you will be married to them? Because I see that it could go that way, but also it may not happen that way, because there's decisions either you or this person will make that will shift that timeline. So I can't say definitively yes or no, but we can confirm absolutely that this person is your soulmate or one of many of your soulmates. So absolutely. So you are having a lot of compassion and empathy for this person. They've been through a lot, and you really do want to feel like you just want to give them a big hug and nurture them and make all their problems and worries go away. Like that's the energy you're bringing forward for this person. And it is really good for them to have that compassion coming from you. Let's just see. Anything else Scarlett needs to know about this soulmate connection? Yeah, look at this. Forgiveness and compassion. And I think, again, this is coming from that past life cycle you guys are closing out in this life. A lot of heartbreak, a lot of wounds, traumas from past energies, past lives, many past lives that you guys are getting, that sense of forgiveness on in this life. Anything else she needs to know? Any other words or advice or wisdom on this soulmate she's inquiring about? Thriving. So this to me says you might potentially be in a relationship with this person. It definitely could happen. But again, too many variables are at play or decisions have yet to be made that will solidify this as a big, big yes. Like we got with Kirsten's reading. She had a big yes coming for a potential soulmate through her work eventually. This is still very up in the air for you, Scarlett, with this specific person. So I hope that makes sense. I hope you understand what I'm trying to throw down for that. Let me know if I was unclear. But I feel like you're kind of in the driver's seat with this. So if you want this to be a deeper connection, it absolutely can be. But there's a sense of compassion and forgiveness you're giving both this person and yourself as a result of past connections with this soulmate of yours. And maybe even things that have happened in this life with this person that you are forgiving them for, or they're forgiving you for, having compassion for, give and take. If this hasn't happened in this life, then this might just all be past life stuff, especially if you don't know this person like very well, or if there's someone you've never met in person, because a lot of times we can be drawn to celebrities or, like people who are like more known figures like on the internet. We just feel very attracted or drawn to their energy and we don't know why. A lot of times it's because we're in the same soul family. So if that's the scenario you're thinking, then absolutely that, it might be hard to meet that person, but if this is someone you already know, the chances are much, much greater that you will be able to, be in a deeper connection with them for sure. All right. So I hope that resonated for you, Scarlett. And then we had a donation also come in from Get to Like a Ray. And I'm going to put these cards back. So what type of past life relationship did I have with my mother? Any advice from her higher self? I love it. Past life readings are so much fun. Sorry, I'm in one of those moods tonight. It did. Thank you. You're so welcome. Oh, you felt the past lives with them. Yeah, absolutely. There's been many, 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 many. So even if you feel specifically like there was a lover relationship, like, husband and wife or partner relationship before, absolutely. But there was also the mother-daughter, mother-son, father-daughter, father-son, cousins, aunts, uncles, friends, all sorts of dynamics in lots of different lives, which can sometimes sound kind of crazy. Oh, I'm sorry it's not working, White Phoenix. I hope you can figure it out. Yeah, I also have PayPal. I know not everyone has PayPal, but that's always an option as well. But let's see. Hello, Amy Lynn Jones. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so let's tune in for Get to Like a Ray with her past life. What type of past life relationship did she have with her mother? I'm already sensing there's many, 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 just like we were talking about with Scarlett and her soulmate, because you and your mother are soulmates. You and your father are also soulmates, which I won't say that's rare. It's really not that rare, but it's really cool when you know both your parents are your soulmate. Like that's such a comforting feeling. At least to me it is. I think that's so neat. Because I feel like soulmate connection with my mom, but it's not with my dad. Nope, not at all. So let's get in to the most prominent or the past life that is most affecting your dynamic with your mother in this life. Let's paint a picture, please, Spirit, about that past life. I'm already seeing a lot of cold, like wind. It's to me feels like what they would consider like modern day Russia, like way, way, way north in Russia. Wow, 10 of Wands. Yeah, this to me felt like a life of burden. You guys were actually brothers in that life? Brothers. I'm seeing lots of hard work, lots of like cutting wood, chopping wood, stacking wood, hunting, gathering things. There's two little sisters. They're showing me you guys are in like your, so you get to like are the older brother in this dynamic in this lifetime. You're 12, and then your mother is 11. So she's your younger brother. You guys are like, they're showing me like 10, 11 months apart. So not even a whole year apart. So, you know, you guys basically were kind of treated as twins, but you had to grow up very fast. This was very, very like, maybe even, they're showing me like, if we had to put it in like years that we would understand in today's time, it'd be like 1168 or 1169. Like that's the life they're showing me. But there was a very hard winter, and you and your brother were tasked with going and getting all this wood there was this big storm coming in. And of course we didn't have back then news reports telling us how many days the power would be out. There was no power. You guys had your housing situation with a fire and, you know, your clothing and everything. It was still pretty primitive to what we would experience now. And you were tasked with finding all this wood, but the storm was just blowing in and blowing in and blowing in, and you couldn't even see like a foot in front of you. And your brother and you, your mother and you in that life were walking hand in hand, but then one of you bent down, you tripped over like a log or some wood. You did, Gitzeleka. Your brother waited for you to get back up, and you, Gitzeleka, grabbed the wood that you tripped over, and you got it, you're carrying it, and the wind is howling just all around you guys, and the snow is just flying and like spinning and fluttering, and you guys are like right next to each other. You can't hear each other, you can't see each other. You're going like this, feeling around and lost, and you both, it's like the cards don't even matter. The spirit's just showing it. And I already know, you know, the outcome. So the father is also searching wood in a different area. So it's you and your brother, your mom in this life. Your father, I'm not tuning in or sensing this is anyone relevant. Like, this isn't your father in this life. This is your father in the lifetime we're tuning into, Gitzeleka. And this person, I don't really see that, you know, it's anyone in your life. Like, I don't see this as someone you work with, or they're not incarnated, the person that was your father in this life. But he was calling for you, shouting for you, looking for you. And then the mother and the two sisters were closer. They were in the house. They didn't come out at all. They were, you know, waiting safely back at home. And the father didn't want to get too far away from the house because he could see just the danger of the whiteout conditions. And you and your brother actually you lost each other out there, and then the freezing came in. So you guys did both lose your lives to the freeze. So let's see what lessons were learned from you and your mother in this life as brothers. Okay, wow, Wheel of Fortune. So this is all about a cycle. This was like to me like a karmic cycle you guys closed out in that life. But there's something regarding, like, I don't know if when you were growing up, or maybe even now, at times you feel like your mom is more like a sibling than like your mother. Like, that's kind of the vibe I get, is you guys, especially once you're an adult, like you are, you feel much more like on her playing field. Like, there are these dynamics of parent and children out there that even when the child is 40, 50, 60 years old, the parent that maybe 20, 30 or how many years older still treats that child very much like a child. But your mother has allowed you to blossom and bloom and become, you know, almost an equal. Like, it feels like an equal. Like, your mom has a lot of respect for you in this life, and she looks up to you still in this life. And this is, you know, karmic. Not in a bad way, though. You guys came back into this life together to experience more abundance than you have in some of your other earth lives together, if that makes sense, Gitzeleka. This is this is just so powerful. I want to get a couple of cards just to see like how this past life is affecting you in this life. Besides what we've already tuned in, we've already got quite a bit going on with that. Ooh, manifestation and healing. Yes. So what we were saying about being able to have more and acquire more abundance in this life than a lot of your other past lives on Earth, anyway. Because there was a lot of struggle, and you even lost your life just trying to get wood to put on a fire to keep you guys warm and to keep the whole family safe during this storm, and you trying to do the right thing, and both lost your lives very young in that life, just trying to protect and defend your home, right? And nothing too sinister, and no warriors came in and harmed you guys. It was just a freak accident, like a natural disaster that came in. But there's a lot of healing that's coming in as a result of you and your mom incarnating in the same family line in this life. And there's a lot of manifestation you guys can tap into from that past life good karma in many lives, not just the life we tuned into, because I feel there are many, many lives you've had on Earth, on other, in other realms, on other planets, just all over, lots of places. I have not looked into it. I've thought about it. Yes, I'm pretty sure that's the one I'm going for, but I haven't actually, followed the steps and created the account. It's on my, I think it's downstairs. It's on my big list of to-dos, and I think Cash App is the other one, even though tuning in, I wasn't like excited about going to that application, but I've kind of changed my thoughts on it. I think it's going to be all right. I don't know why. I think this is funny because Spirit's like, you were confusing Cash App with WhatsApp, and for like on the Done Creative, I kept getting these like scammers trying to get people in my comment section to book them for a reading by calling this WhatsApp. I think I was confusing Cash App and WhatsApp because they both have the word app in it. I don't get a bad vibe from Cash App. It was WhatsApp I was getting the bad vibe from and just attributing it to Cash App. So I think Cash App is going to be one, and then Google Pay is going to be the other one, because I think both of those offer international, because I have a lot of international clients. It's not just the US or Canada or wherever. So yeah, in my little nice list, I also have like a couple different things I need to do with my branding and name changing on like this channel. I need to change it over to Harmony Portal Tarot Live. It's not going to be the Done Creative Live anymore. We're just shaking it up. We're just shifting and changing things up. So, but yeah, let's get one more for Gitaleka. One more. I got to put these cards right. They kind of flipped. I got so excited in this reading. Things flipped over. We'll get that situated. Any words of advice or wisdom from Gitaleka's mom's higher self? That was the other part of the question. From her mom's higher self. Message from her mom's higher self. And we have love charm, attract a lover, soulmate, or partner. So again, just good confirmation you guys are soulmates. I want one more. And of course, you guys are already in each other's lives. And then wishes come true. Rapid achievement of your dreams and wishes. This is wheel fortune energy, just like we got. And the manifestation energy, just like we got in the other deck. So we got the manifestation, the wishes, coming true, the wheel of fortune from this deck that I already put it in there. So you've got 3 confirmations that your connection as mother-daughter in this life is huge for being able to redeem past life good deeds and karma and healing in this life in such a good way. This is good karma we're talking, not like bad, karma, or what we consider negative karma. So yeah, beautiful. Beautiful connection, even though Spirit's saying, and your mom's higher self coming through saying, our relationship hasn't always been easy. What mother-daughter, father-son, mother-son, father-daughter, whatever relationship is always 100% perfect. Probably none out there. But you and your mom have a deep respect for each other, and that's just beautiful. And she really does look up to you like you're an older sister or an older brother, energy. In a lot of lives, you usually do incarnate as the more authority. But look, yeah, you guys are soul family through and through. And of course, in this life, lineage, like ancestral family, blood family in this life as well. So it's beautiful. She really does admire you. I know that on a soul level. If she hasn't said how proud she is of you in this human incarnation, she really is proud of you, Gitaleka. So I hope you know that. All right. Okay, so I hope that resonated for you. What a beautiful reading. I love past life readings. You just never know what's coming up. And I was almost having trouble articulating all the things I was seeing because it was so clear to me. I could even feel the chill of the wind and just the absolute frustration of and panic. Like there was panic. And I'm just like trying to say it all as I'm like almost living in your shoes for a minute from that past life. It's very interesting. Now I have chills. It's very interesting how that life came through, and it almost just felt like I wasn't getting the right words out or saying them, fast enough or something. You're so welcome. It's always, always, oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, so my mother-in-law, this is my husband's mother, not mine. I'm just talking about how I got chills and could almost feel like the chill of the wind. And look what my mother-in-law just sent. I'll read it, but I'll just prove right there. Okay. She says, "Well, that was a chill thrill washing my hair with cold water." Of anything she could have said and when she said it, like this is just confirmation from spirit. I just love how spirit speaks. It's just beautiful. So cool. Yes, thank you so much. Yes, I have Amy's question right here. Welcome to the Lynn family. We've got Michelle Lynn. We've got Brandy Lynn. We've got Jamie Lynn, who hasn't been here for a minute. Sorry, I'm going to turn that off now. We got the family text going. We've got Jessica Lynn. And now we have wonderful Amy Lynn. I love it. Welcome to the Lynn family. Lots of Lynns hang out over here. And I'm probably forgetting someone, not purposely, but there's a lot of Lynns. A lot of Brandy Lynns and Michelle Lynns and Jamie Lynns, and I love it. Okay, so what was your question, my dear? We'll get right into it for you. So yes, that you are very next up on, as we call it, our chopping block. I don't usually call it that. I've called it that before, but it's not like the thing. It's not what we call it around here. I'm just being loopy because this eclipse energy's got me. Sometimes I get really loopy and like laugh at the dumbest stuff when I'm really tired. I'm not even tired. I'm just in a good mood. I don't know. Oh, WhatsApp has had issues where people's info has been exposed. Yeah, that makes sense to me. I just didn't get a good vibe. It's like even if WhatsApp had nothing to do with these scammers, it's like they're using that platform or, whatever it is. I'm not very familiar with WhatsApp. I don't even know what its capabilities are. Is it chatting? Is it payments? I don't even really know. All I know is there used to be a lot of scammers on my other channel, The Done Creative, that were trying to get my followers, and I don't like that word followers, but like my subscribers, the wonderful souls that come to my channel, to get scammed out of money. And I'm not here for that. No. I even blocked, because you can have some certain words that you want to block from your comments. I put WhatsApp as a blocked thing in my comments. So if someone ever wants to refer to WhatsApp, it doesn't block your comment, but it puts it for me to approve it. So that way it doesn't get in my comments to try to trick people into paying and scamming them. I'm not here for that. What ancestors are trying to work with me, or what ones should I try working with? I love it. I actually have an ancestor deck, and we're going to do tarot as well, but let's see. I've moved a lot of things around today. Let me find it. Here it is. Okay. So, and if you guys were wondering something to do later, I did post a What's Next for You reading over on Harmony Portal Tarot, linked below in the description if you would like to check that out. I'm accumulating a nice little number of pick of cards over there, and I also have daily messages, daily tarot messages that go out every single day, every morning at 8 a.m. Mountain Time. So feel free to head over there at any time. Check it out, subscribe, see what you like. All right, and many of you might already know about it, but I figured I'd just shout it out anyway. Okay. So Amy Lynn wants to know what ancestors are trying to work with me, or what ones should I try working with? Okay, we have Broken Arrow, embrace the energy of peace. So you might have felt, it's very interesting because I'm not feeling like a major like rock bottom moment. I'm not feeling that with you right now, or even in the recent past. I'm just feeling kind of maybe I wish things could be a little more exciting kind of energy from you. But let's see. This to me feels like grandfather energy first. But there's also another one that wants to come through as well. Yeah, and it's very maternal energy. So it's like grandfather, and then like this to me though doesn't feel like ancestor. This is very interesting. This feels like an ancestor, but not an ancestor from this lifetime. This is an ancestor from a past life that is still working with you because, soul family. Yeah, and it says take note of intuitive messages. So anything that you're hitting on intuitively for which ancestors you should be working with or which ones you feel around you, especially if it's one you're trying to connect with, just use your intuition and know and trust that those ancestors, those very specific ones, are coming through. I'm just feeling that like very grandfatherly energy, but also a very maternal energy. But again, this mother energy is from a past life. Beautiful. All right. So we have Air Guardian, shift your perception, and then Traveler, move in a new direction. So especially if you're trying to move in a new direction, like literally move your house or move your job, just move the energy, do some healing, cleansing, anything like this, where you're trying to get some momentum built for you to be able to really thrive and try something different. It's time to really tune into your like thought patterns or belief systems to really help you. That's one thing they're trying to help you with is like shift the way that you even see yourself. Because a lot of times you think, well, and I'm not meaning to put words in your mouth or thoughts in your head, but a lot of times like your ancestor coming through is trying to show me that a lot of times you feel like you're not good enough or you could be doing more or should be doing more. And just you being here, let me just put this out here, Amy. Just you being here is enough. Just you trying and getting out of bed every day and putting your shoes on and trying to do whatever it is you're trying to do is enough. So let's just put that out there. You're already doing enough. But anything you're looking to accomplish beyond what you're already doing, look on the back of the deck. I was saying that there's so much success coming for you, and then I saw this and I just had to include it. Enjoy success and happiness. This is sun energy, sun of the tarot, or sun of, opposite the full moon going on right now. This is powerful energy. You're coming into your higher self energy. And I think that's why this ancestor from a past life that is a soul family member is also working with you in tandem with this very grandfatherly energy. And it doesn't have to be your actual grandfather, as in one of your parents' fathers. Unless that resonates very deeply with you, then that absolutely could be. This to me feels like a grandfather energy from at least 4. Now they're dialing it back to 6 generations back on your mother's side, interestingly enough. Very interesting. But there might, because they're telling me now to don't discount your intuition, because there's another ancestor that you're tuning into or wanting to connect with or thinking about quite possibly that is also working with you. So let's see. Tarot. Let's just see, since we've kind of established who's working with you, what else do they want Amy to know? Yeah, 3 of Swords. Anything you've been through, especially just these feelings of feeling inadequate or undeserving or I should do better, I should be better by now. You're laying these to rest. This is like, they're showing me overcoming like that 8 of Swords energy. But anything that has been very heartbreaking, if you've been dealing with like chronic grief from the loss of somebody or something, even the loss of a job could cause grief for certain people. If there's this loss of identity even, just wishing you could tune into a past version of yourself that felt much happier or more abundant or just more in the flow of life. You don't have to reach into the past to find that, because that is waiting for you in the now moment and of course also in the future. You're building that every step of the way. But the way you're doing it is by shifting your perception. Instead of feeling inadequate, you're starting to have gratitude for the things that are adequate in your life, the things you are capable of, and really starting to point out your good points, pointing out, the pros on the list instead of the cons on the list, and really honing in on the things that you're good at, the things that you can praise yourself about. And as you start, praising yourself for those things, the things you don't feel so good or confident about yourself are going to start to come up and meet the mark. And you're going to start to shift your perspective and see, no, actually, I am really good at that. I just haven't given myself enough time to do X, Y, or Z. So it's like you're finding ways to connect with those parts of yourself that you don't feel are good enough to, not anything you're doing outside of yourself is making them good enough. Just you owning and knowing you deserve is like, it's like embracing the shadow. Like that's what it feels like. And this is what it's leading to. Enjoy success and happiness. It's very Four of Wands energy mixed with the sun here. And then you have the Four of Wands, which is happy home, connections, weddings, marriages, celebrations, moving. Again, going back to that move in a new direction. Whether you're wanting to move your house or your job or just your energy in some way, you're going to be able to do this. But again, the way to bridge the gap from where you're at to where you want to be is really tuning in to that sense of gratitude and shifting your perception on things. I think you may have been with me when I did my full moon ritual tonight. This is spot on. I love it. But this is what's beautiful. This is what I can't believe. And I'm just now like, duh, Amanda, come on. We got the sun and the moon in your reading. And what's going on between the sun and the moon right now, today, the lunar eclipse, the full moon lunar eclipse involves both of these luminaries. That is so powerful. So powerful. I can't believe it. Yeah, this is big. This is big stuff. So I wouldn't doubt your abilities. I wouldn't, it's easier said than done because I doubt my abilities all the time. So it's like I almost feel I'm being blasphemous by telling you not to doubt your abilities, but here I am over here daily doubting my abilities. So I know it's easier said than done, my dear. I know it. But this to me doesn't feel like it's just for you or just for me, or wait, just for you or just for me. This feels like on a collective scale. So many of the light workers, earth angels, starseeds, light workers, I already said light workers, whatever label you want to slap on what you are or not, we're all coming to this realization that we are greater than we've given ourselves credit for. And it's such a thing. It's such a thing right now. Let's get one more. Any closing messages or advice from Amy Lynn's wonderful ancestors that have stepped forward and those that are still, because they're showing me, it's very interesting because those two ancestors stepped forward, that mother ancestor from that past life, and then the grandfatherly 6 or so generations back on your mother's side in this life. Then they're showing me behind them just these lines and lines and lines of ancestors from both past life incarnations and in this incarnation, this family lineage in this incarnation. You have so much ancestral love and support. And it's very interesting because it's wrapping forward too. So it's almost like the ancestors, because also it's kind of weird to think about this, and maybe you never have, but like your grandchildren, great-grandchildren, great, like all the way down the line are also your ancestors. And I don't know if you have children or not, or want to have children or not, but just your nieces and great nieces, great grand, all the way back into the future are also your ancestors. It's beautiful. Working on your intuition and overcoming self-limiting beliefs and negative talk in my head. Yes, aren't we all? That is such a theme. But look, star. The silver energy of the star brings good luck and serendipity. So not only do you have the sun and the moon, but you also have the star. Oh my goodness, this is beautiful. So as you keep working on that, Amy, you're going to start to see major breakthroughs. And again, it's not just this easy, come what may, like everything's going to shift tomorrow kind of energy. This is a process. This is a journey. I think you already know that. But as you keep going and keep going and keep going, you're going to feel more confident in this thing that you maybe once didn't feel so confident in. And then next, you're going to feel even more confident in this other thing you didn't feel so confident in. And then you're going to start allowing yourself to try new things that you would before just be like, no, I would never be good at that. I could never do that. Instead, you're like, why not? Let's try it. I've always wanted to skydive, or I've always wanted to, paint a mural, and I've just never done it because I've been afraid or thought I wasn't good enough, or you're trying new things. It's really beautiful. So keep on with that, because you're going places with that energy, and not just places to where you feel very happy, but places that you can actually bring in abundance because of your confidence, which I think is something maybe you've been really struggling with in this life and past lives. And that's why that other past life ancestor is coming through, is to know your worth. And as you know your worth, then the external world really starts to reward you for that worth. I know it sounds so weird how we wrap our worth into the, the money we bring in, or the job title we hold, or the house we live in, or the car we drive. We, as humans, tend to put our worth in those things. And a lot of times, when we feel that worth on the inside, then we start to accumulate those things on the outside. But it can also be seen the other way, where the more of those things we accumulate, the more dead we feel inside. I'm not one of those people, but there are plenty of musicians and celebrities and people of affluent beginnings that are some of the most miserable people on the planet. I wouldn't know anything about growing up in style, but I sure had made the most of what I had. That's what I did. And every, new card deck I accumulate, or, just epiphany I have, or spiritual download I receive, I just become even more grateful for the things I already have and the things that are coming to me. It's beautiful how gratitude can really go a long way. So I hope that resonated, Amy. Thanks again for your donation, and what a pleasure to read for you. This was such a powerful reading. I'm excited for you. This is big. This is big stuff. Real big stuff coming in as a result of, just you working very diligently on your dreams, your wishes, your goals, and overcoming the things you may seem, or think are holding you back. So big hugs to you, Amy Lynn. I hope that resonated for you. Sounds like it did. Yay. Oh, Linda H is here. Hello, Linda H. I didn't see you. There she is, way up there. I see you now. Hi. Welcome. All right. I think we only have one more donation, and that is from Earthy Deva. So I'm going to go ahead and timestamp. I'm going to take a drink real quick. And then I'm going to timestamp Earthy Deva. 111. Okay, 111. It was like 111:33 when I saw it, and then I didn't say it. So 111:41. 111:41. That's a lot of ones for Earthy Deva. And hers was the reading that got hijacked by her past life on Friday's live stream. If you guys want to check that out, it's the video right before this one over on my page here on the Done Creative Live. And it's at the 1 hour, 19 minute, and 11 second timestamp. Again, lots of ones in that one as well. Yeah, so that timestamp. One of her past lives and the past life of a love interest she hasn't even met yet. Completely hijacked the reading, and it was the most magical thing maybe not the most magical thing, but one of the most magical things that have happened on a live stream. And it played out for all of us to witness and see and fact check on the internet, and we were all blown away. It was so cool. All right. So let's go to PayPal for Anna's question. And I think it's over here. Okay. I ask for a message of love and encouragement. Thank you already for the messages that have come. Beautiful things are coming in. Yes, I feel it as well. Love that positive attitude. Let's get into it for Anna. Ooh, yes, the Chariot. Success. And, making a big decision, making a choice. Maybe between where you've been and where you want to go. Or maybe there's two equal really good choices coming up for you. This to me does feel about your purpose or a passion that you have. Doesn't necessarily have to be your career. And in fact, Spirit's like, yeah, it's not her career. This to me feels like something you spend your time doing for the pure joy of doing it. It's a creation, something you're creating or building or maybe planning or wanting to build someday. And I know that's not much to do with love life, but it's like your love reading just want to keep being hijacked by other things. But let's see a message of love and encouragement. I know you're not actually asking for a love reading, but yeah, love and encouragement. Yes, let's tune in. Good things are coming. I mean, this Chariot starting us out. Yes, and then the King of Pentacles. So it's funny because I'm like, yeah, Spirit's like definitely not your career. But the thing that you are focused on or you're putting a lot of your effort and energy into that's not your career, this to me feels like a passion project of some sort. Something you're putting a lot of beautiful energy and, intention into might possibly turn into a career for you. Something very energetic and abundant. Something you're working on and working toward. There's your Chariot. So this might come. Sorry, I got phlegm. Let me swallow that down. That's disgusting. So this might come to a point where you're going to have to make a choice. Do I stay in my job or do I actually go out on my own and have my own business, or, maybe you're collaborating with other people, something you're doing, you're branching off. You're branching off from what you're already doing now into something different. Wow. Look at all this authoritative energy. The King of Cups and the King of Coins, King of Pentacles. So the King of Cups, this is someone who's very emotionally balanced. They really, really do weigh the balance or the difference between the head and the heart. So they're making very analytical and solid decisions and choices, but also tuning into the heart. Does this feel good? Yes, it makes sense on paper, but does it make me feel good? So you're making your choices from a very balanced place and very abundant place. Let's just put that out there too. Look, this is good stuff. Such good stuff coming in. And having two kings, let's not forget the elephant in the room here. This eventually might be two people that are pining for your affection. Or you're wondering, which one do I choose? And I think we kind of got a similar vibe with this, maybe with two people that you were kind of interested in. Maybe the coworker, I know that person's involved with someone, and then maybe there was someone else before. I hope I'm not confusing your reading with someone else, but to me it felt like maybe a month or two back, the reading that you had, Anna, was something about maybe being caught between two choices or something. Thank you so much. Definitely resonates. Sorry for the delay. My internet is lagging. Had to rewind to listen. No worries, Amy. You're good. Thank you. Thank you for the feedback. I appreciate that. And you're so welcome. Absolutely. All right, let's see for Anna. Anything else she needs to know? Messages of love and encouragement. I mean, what more love and encouragement can you get than this? I mean, so much encouragement here to keep moving forward on something you're passionate about, whether that is your love life, your career, or some really cool side hustle / creative project that you've got going on. And this might not even be in your awareness yet. This feels very new. Or if it's something you've already been doing, you're finding a new way to do it. You're finding a new way forward with it, that it just takes off and you feel so inspired to keep going or shift this whole thing in a new direction. Yeah, of course. And then we have the star coming out for you. It just came out for Amy as well. So the star, the silver energy of the star brings good luck and serendipity. But the fact I said prosperity, I mean, it's already here. So why not address it? Yeah, big prosperity. Lots of good stuff. I just want to feel like I want to get one more. Because why stop there? Earthly Deva, anything else she needs to know? Love and encouraging message. Protection. Strong protective magic for the family and the home. And, that is that ultimate father that is protecting his land and his family, is that King of Pentacles energy. So you have this, you have a lot of masculine guidance around you. Whether this is bosses or your actual father or spirit guide energy, you've got a lot of divine masculine protection surrounding you. And it's very funny because Spirit, they talk to me so weird. It's almost like I just had a 3-minute conversation in my head with Spirit in just that quick split second. It's so weird how time, I can't even put it into words. But they're basically saying the reason that you might be a little frustrated in your love life is because there is so much masculine energy protecting you that certain yahoos or people who are just looking for something quick and fun, that aren't looking for commitment, are just being completely scared away when they see you or when you walk into a room. Yeah, they appreciate what they see maybe, but energetically they know they can't get within 20 feet of you without getting the electric fence of your spirit team. And I think we kind of tuned in that you've just elevated your vibration so much that you're just not vibing with certain energies, and they know that you're basically untouchable right now. So your spirit team want to step in and apologize for that, but yet at the same time, it's for your highest good, because there's someone much better, or maybe a couple someone's potentials much better for you waiting eventually to come into your life, that are much better than anyone that's kind of in your arena or awareness right now, if that makes sense. So I hope that resonated. I'd say I felt encouraged by that. You've got some really strong protection and, just success on the horizon for you. Just keep on keeping on. That's beautiful. All right. So we're about an hour 19 minutes, 19 seconds into the live stream. And that is my last donation. I'll give you guys maybe a minute or two to see if anyone else wants to donate for a reading. I think we'll just kind of hang out for a minute, just see if there's anything you guys want to talk about. Because Spoiler alert, I don't want to leave. I like hanging out with you guys. You guys are fun. What can I say? But I will be back here on Friday for more readings, and it's the 11/11 portal on Friday. So we're going to do an 11/11 portal reading on Friday here, collective read, or maybe quite possibly I'll decide to just do a one-card pull. I'm not sure yet. Maybe I'll let you guys vote right now. You guys tell me what you want on Friday. Even if you're not going to be there Friday, just tell me what you want, what you really, really want. So tell me what you want. I'm going to get copyright strike. Not that they're going to confuse me with the Spice Girls. Okay, so what reading that is not how you spell would you like to see on Friday? So collective. And this will be regarding the 11/11 portal. Collective or a one-card pull. Well, personal one card, not one car. One card. There we go. Personal one card pull. Okay, and vote. Take it away, friends. Did it post? Okay, there we go. So cast your vote. You guys have the voting power. Oh, and we have a donation coming in from Jacqueline. Ooh, a car, right? You get a car, you get a car, you get a car. I wish I could do that. Like, that would be my ultimate dream, is to just give out money and abundance and cars and homes and food and, oh my gosh. If I had, oh my gosh, the Bare Naked Lady song, if I had $1 million. You guys heard that one? Remember the Bare Naked Ladies from the 90s? They had that song, Flagpole Sitta, I think. But then they had that song, If I Had $1 Million. I love that song. It's such a little vibe. It's so cute. Haven't you always wanted a monkey? Sorry, I'll just sing that. Takes you to middle school, takes me to high school. I'm giving away my age. Yes, I am 40 years old. I'd buy your love. Okay, see, I'm in that mood. I knew it'd happen. I knew it would happen if we actually had a live stream on one of the eclipses. I knew it would happen. You'd get weird Wired Amanda coming out to play. I used to play that song on repeat, so I think I probably know it backwards, forwards, and sideways. Oh, so fun. Okay. Ooh, looks like 71% of you. Has everyone voted? We got 7 people. How many votes do we have? We have 7 votes. So I would say everyone has voted. So why wait around? We will end the poll. We are going to be doing a personal one-card poll. So you'll have to be here for that, unless here's a hot little trick that you can have. If you're watching the replay, you were not live for a one-card personal read, then just piggyback on another one. It's not going to hurt anyone. It's not going to hurt anyone's feelings. You could just say, okay, I will pick the 3rd person she reads for as my reading, or the 1st person, or the 20th person. Usually we have about 18 or so, average. Maybe sometimes a little less than that, depending. But yeah, you can kind of piggyback on the energy, and it will kind of preemptively include you in it. So there's a little life hack for you. If you do end up missing where someone gets a one-card pull and you're not there, there you go. Oh, 7s are following you. I'm a life path 7. I love the number 7. I've always loved that number. And my youngest is 7. He's going to turn 8 in, let's see, 11 days. Ooh. He's growing up so fast. Okay, so I have a donation from Jacqueline. And let me know who you are here in the chat. I just want to, make sure I know who we are reading for, because I haven't seen a Jackie or a Jacqueline or any other username, whoever this is. I don't think it's the same Jacqueline that I have sometimes, but I'm pretty sure I've seen this Jacqueline's name before. Maybe a while back. I don't think this is 166 Jackie. She has a different last name. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she changed it. I don't know. If she changed it, can you let me know how? Because mine still says Amanda Kiefer, my maiden name. They really do grow super fast. It's crazy. All right. So Jacqueline. Oh, and we have one from Marlene coming in hot as well. So Marlene, if you're here, go ahead and post your question. I'm not seeing Jacqueline responding in the chat, so we'll keep it moving. We're still going to do Jacqueline's reading. I just want to make sure. Oh, and we have one from Michelle De Leon. Boom, boom, boom. Here they come. So we'll do, I'm going to make a list. That's what we're going to do. So Jacqueline, I'm just going to do it this way. I'm going to make sure I spell it right. Okay. And then Marlene, and then Michelle. There's our list. Okay. So Marlene or Jacqueline, whichever one posts first, we're going to go with your question, and then we'll do the other ones right after that. And then Michelle De Leon. All right. I'm not seeing anything come through. I don't know if we're lagging or what's going on. Also, both of them, or one or the other of them, might be lagging behind because they did leave to go donate and then came back, maybe. So if you do donate and you come back, just make double sure that you're like live and not like 30 to a minute or 2 minutes or so behind the live. That'll help with what I call the echo. It's almost like you're a minute or two behind and it's like an echo. You're debating on whether or not to get a question, but the past life reading just seems so interesting. So could I please have a past life reading? Ooh, yay. These are, I won't say they're my favorite, but I have a soft spot for them. They're right up there with just helping people get like day-to-day guidance. I love doing that as well. Don't get it twisted on that. I love that as well. But there's just something cool and extra about a past life reading. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. Okay. Tuning into, and I always like to say, unless there's a specific past life you already know about and want more information on or something, I usually leave it open to spirit or your higher self to bring forward a past life that is most affecting you or greatly affecting you right now. Like in this time, maybe has a parallel going on with this life or something you're dealing with right now. So let's just see. Let's tune in. They're not showing me anything yet. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Woo, we got something. We got something. A whole lot of something. Oh, that one wants to come out. That one wants to come out. Okay, so we're seeing mother energy. Ooh, okay. Oh, this is so, okay. Okay. All right, so they're showing me you were a young mother in this life. This to me feels like, okay, they're giving me Belgium, but it wasn't called Belgium at the time. So I don't know squat about Belgium. I couldn't even tell you on a map, like if there was a gun to my head, God willing, hopefully that'll never happen. But if that was going on and they said, point out Belgium or you're done, I would do my best to, tune in with the intuition to find Belgium, but I can't point it out on a map. So I don't know anything about Belgium culture. I don't know anything about where it's at, what it used to be called. I know nothing about it. I know I had one as an orphan, but not sure what's coming out. Wow. Okay. So mother energy, you were the mother in this life. And they're showing me like childbirth, this sad situation. So they're really giving me a lot. So you had this child, and again, to be politically correct and everything, this child in today's society would do and fare much better than it did in that life. So this child was born, I guess for lack of a better word, and again, I'm not trying to be unpolitically correct, like deformed or, had major handicaps, both mentally and physically. And this was a male child, and the baby, they're showing me like a cleft lip and a cleft palate, which in and of itself that's a lot, even in today's, with the medical procedures they have for that these days, which can really improve the quality of life of someone with that condition. They didn't have that back then, and it was such a struggle even just to feed this child. And there was a lot of, what's the word, it just was there and then it was gone, like stigma. There it is. There's a lot of stigma put on a family in this era, in this place in Belgium that was not called Belgium at the time. If anyone knows what Belgium was called, they're telling me like 2 names prior. So it wasn't what it was called right before Belgium, but before that. And I have no idea. Maybe it's always been called Belgium. I have no idea. But they're showing me not Belgium and not the name prior, but the name prior. So that's the time era. So it was very unkind. People, they're showing me, it's kind of a traditional setting of, a mother in the home with the children. Oh, Austrian Netherlands. Okay, very interesting. Thank you for that. Yeah, kind of a tradition, what we would consider traditional, like back in the day energy of the mother stays home and does a lot of stuff around the home and raises the children and does all that. And then the father, works outside or works, a whole bunch of other places. Yeah, because they're showing me like year, like 1684 is coming up. So Belgium, 1684, whatever it was called at the time. And yeah, there was a lot of stigma and there was a lot of shunning, almost like just people would ignore the family when you guys would all come into the town because you guys lived kind of on the outskirts. They're showing me these rolling foothills and beautiful surroundings, a lot of trees. There's an orchard. You guys had this beautiful garden. You really thrived in your garden, but this child lived to be 12 years old, which to me, with all the things this beautiful child oh, I have major chills. Okay, they're giving me some information, which we'll get to, but please slow down, Spirit. I want to say all of this. Okay, so this child did everything with you, and you did everything for this child. This child was your best friend. You were this child's best friend. And the dynamic within the family, because they're showing me this is the male child living till age 12, but they're showing me around age 3, age 4, and he couldn't walk until he was about 5. He could take some steps, but it was very precarious and he'd fall a lot. But your husband actually crafted this kind of well, there was like a wheelchair, but then there was also this kind of walker thing that he could use to get some steps, to be able to walk and feel a little bit of independence. And then there were 2 older sisters. So he was your youngest child, but they're showing me a decent age gap between the 2 older daughters. They're showing me 3, now they're saying 4 miscarriages between the 2 daughters, and then 4 miscarriages, and then your beautiful, son, which people in the town felt like there was a curse on this child, a curse on your household. But then there were other people more, people in tune with, like their intuition and the natural world that could see what a priceless gift this child was to that area, because this child that you had, Marlene, incarnated to really shift people's perspective on what a normal person is and what, just having compassion, having empathy for someone going through something they could not possibly even pretend to think that they knew what that child had to go through on a day-to-day basis, or the mother of that child, you, Marlene, had to go through just to, get this child fed and clothed and, maintain the household every day. Because just the feeding alone could be dangerous, because the son, he, like, eating was, like, he would throw major fits at eating time because it was traumatic to have to feed this poor child and make sure he was getting enough sustenance. And as he got a little older and understood, you and him, you had your own language, and you came to understand, okay, it doesn't have to be as bad as we're making it. Don't freak out. We'll get through this together. And he really started to thrive after age 6. He really was thriving and just beat so many odds. I mean, it's very interesting because, with his already like cleft palate and lip and all of that situation, they're showing me like one of his eyes, like the left eye, was also kind of sunken in and way lower than the other. They're kind of showing me like a Quasimodo. And again, I'm not trying to be politically incorrect or try to, I'm not trying to make light of this at all. I'm just trying to explain what I'm seeing. But he was beautiful. Like, he is so adorable and beautiful. And what a gift. He was such a gift. and I really, these cards weren't even like in the reading, but like, it's so funny how that is. It's like, just the act of shuffling is really what just brings it through for me. But what I see with this is, this child was a gift, not only to you, but your husband and your daughters, and so much of the community that finally understood that, we don't have to shun these people because their child is different. And, there were, of course, those people that were, so set in their ways they would never even look your direction if you were in the vicinity. But there were other people that came around and, would give gifts. And especially when this child passed away, the big funeral, huge funeral, for the time and place and everything. But so many people came around that you guys were even surprised to see at the funeral, that you thought, well, I thought they were afraid of us, or thought that our curse was going to wear off on them. And, they were kind of at a distance, in a respectful way, not to encroach on your, more family and extended family kind of party, or, mourning and all of that. I say party though, because you guys didn't make it sad. It was very, you knew he didn't want to be mourned. He wanted to be celebrated. And that's really how I feel this came about. His funeral was the burial, and then it was like a party afterwards. It was almost more like a wedding reception than a funeral kind of vibe, or like a birthday party kind of thing. I thought about what it's like having a baby in my house conditions, how hard that would be in this life, because I do have 3 healthy girls. Yes. Okay. This is where we were getting. So I was going to ask you if you have a daughter in this life. So they're showing me the middle child. The middle child in this life, your middle daughter of chills, your middle daughter in this life was that beautiful boy from that past life. So once again, you're coming back together with this child in this life to have this experience in a much different way, much different way. This daughter teaches you so much. And I'm sure all of your daughters have taught you something along the way, it happens, but this daughter is teaching you something different than what your oldest and youngest are teaching you. It's very interesting. And I think you'll know what that means, because Spirit's just like, like she knows, she already knows. So if you don't know, like deep down, or you'll figure it out, or you'll be able to uncover what this is. But there's this big, like, compassion, like the word compassion keeps coming out. Like she's teaching you compassion, or you're finding compassion with her in some way. Maybe even in the struggles she's gone through in life, even though they may be vastly different than what's going on, from that other life. Actually, your calm child is so awesome. Yeah. There's such a graceful, quiet, yet vibrant energy about her, and it's beautiful. All right, what else? Let's just see any other, words of wisdom or advice, specifically connecting that past life to this life and the dynamic they share in this life. The middle daughter and Marlene. Yes, look, you guys have just such a big love and commitment for each other. Yes, very well rounded. She's like wise beyond her years, because she's such a master at, she gets into an incarnation and she gets the job done. No matter what circumstances she was dealt or what body she's living in, she gets the job done. She only needed 12 years to get it done in that other life, and that's why she chose. It wasn't like this big tragic thing, and she chose to leave that life because she felt she had accomplished everything she needed to do in that life. And you, as her mother, understood that on a deeper level than the father and the other sisters in that life. That's not happening in this life, though. You don't have to worry about that in this life. One more word of advice, wisdom. Yeah. It's like once she came into your life, it's like something sparked for you. Not to say becoming a mother to your oldest child didn't spark something in you either, but I got chills again. But her coming into your life, it's like, again, not to say your family was complete with her because you had a third child after that, but it's like she sparked something within you that brought about this sense of completeness within you. Not so much within the family, but within you. And of course, that third daughter was like the icing on the cake, extra and special and awesome too. But it's almost like too that it's like she just, without even knowing it, just the things she says just bring you such wisdom and answers for your life. Like she's almost like this living oracle that's just awesome. She's awesome. I feel such a good energy from her. Yeah, she does get the job done. She's a Capricorn. I love it. Yes. Yeah. She knows what she needs to do and nothing's going to stand in her way. There's that beautiful earth energy. And then, of course, the Taurus of the Empress energy. And then the Seven of Wands. Literally nothing is standing in her way. She's going to accomplish. She's inspired to do something and then she will succeed at it. Because, the Ace of Wands and the 6 other Wands of Victory. Actually, this card came out in the 11/11 portal reading that I did, the big quantum jump timeline shifting reading I did today. That is so powerful. It's going to drop on Harmony Portal Tarot on Friday. This came out in one of the piles, and I went in depth with this card in a big way. So check it out. If that's your pile, maybe that's your pile. Yeah, they definitely are so special in their own way. Yeah, it's like those parents that have favorite children. I'm like, how? I love both my children. I mean, they're vastly different, but yet there are many similarities between them at the same time. Yet they're very uniquely individual, own people, and I love so many things about both of them. I could never ever choose one over the other. Like they are both my life. Yes, I love it. That's so cool. What a cool past life. I don't think I've ever had one quite like that come out. That's so beautiful. So yeah, the Austrian Netherlands, I guess, would be the place where Belgium is. You did a timeline jump meditation today, and the pick a card will be interesting. Yeah, the 1111 portal. There's a lot of major awesome energy coming in. Okay. Next, we have Jacqueline. Let us know who you are. Has she come forward? Because she just said reading. She didn't leave a question for me to timestamp. So I'm not sure exactly what her question would be. So between Jacqueline and Michelle De Leon, whoever posts your question first, we will start with you. So Michelle, if you're here, go ahead and post your question. Yeah, look up the era and thank you. Yeah, that 1684 was the year they gave me. They're not giving me a village town. They're definitely telling me it's more of a village than like a city of some sort. It's, more rural. There is like a community, like a town center, but then there's like sprawling, more rural places around it. Oh, Jacqueline. Oh, there you are. You would love a past life reading too. Okay. So we're going to get into Jacqueline's reading. Thank you for letting me know who you are here. All right. So let's clear the deck. Tuning into a completely other life for Jacqueline O. Oh, it was divided into different provinces. Makes sense. Very interesting. Yeah. Maybe having to use your intuition to kind of see if any names of those more like eras, bygone provinces make sense or ring a bell for you. But let's tune into Jacqueline's energy. And for your past life, we're going to tune into the one that is affecting you most right now in this life and try to bridge the gap between that past life and this life and just see the differences, similarities, just anything that needs to come up. All right. And they're telling me to change decks, interestingly enough. So that's what I'm going to do. When I'm told to do something, I do something. Okay, I'm going to come over here and get this deck. I've not used this deck in a hot minute, and I never remember the name of it. It's Gateway something, I think. Yeah. But I think there's lots of reversals in here, if I remember correctly. Yeah, there we are. So we're just going to see what comes out. I haven't used this deck in a while. Okay, so this is for Jacqueline O. Tuning into Jacqueline O's energy and the past life that her higher self would like to present right now that is most affecting her in this life or right now. Ooh, we have the Page of Swords in reverse, and they are taking me to, this is very interesting. This is like Ireland, but then they're pointing like toward like Scotland. What? Why? Okay. Sometimes I don't understand what Spirit's trying to tell me, so I can like break it down for me. So there was this move from Ireland to Scotland. Okay, let's see if we can get more information. Yeah, there's a move. There's a move. There's a journey. Very interesting. I love when the cards just spell it right out. I was getting it in here and they confirmed it here. So yes, this is very interesting because this is like a noble. You were a noble boy. They're showing me like a prince but they're going like lower than a prince. So more like a nobleman's son, but you had some sort of title and you had to move to Scotland to fulfill some contract. And it's like maybe a marriage. It's very interesting what they're showing me because it was a complicated situation. So you didn't want to participate in this. You didn't want to have to leave your homeland. You were very connected to the land in that life. They're showing me these really like amazing, like magical powers that you had, or, it sounds so woo-woo when you're like, oh, magical powers, but like you were just so in tune with the nature spirits and the earth elementals, and the fae. Like, and if you don't believe in any of this in this life, that's totally okay. This is just what's coming out for this past life. You were very connected to your homeland and where you grew up. And you're 14 years old, having to leave, having to grow up, and you were supposed to have to marry this. And they're not telling me she was a princess, but again, a noble girl who was only 11. Gotta love what they did back then. So you had to marry this other noble girl. I can't even call her a noble lady because she's 11, but she looks 9 in my mind's eye. Like, she's so young, and you are like, this is gross. Like, why am I having to be forced to marry this little girl that to me is almost like seems like she could be my little sister. I'm not attracted to her in any way, shape, or form. I don't even really like anyone like that yet. Like, that's the vibe I'm getting, is you're being forced to do something that's just so against what you want because you're so in tune with they're even showing me these animals in the forest around your home. They're showing me all this green, and they're showing me you in the rain, just like hiding in the woods, not wanting to have to go on this journey, but then you were forced. But you had to go back one more time and say goodbye to your animals because you had all of these like woodland creatures and animals that you would communicate with, and they were like family to you, and you had to leave them behind. And it was like devastating. You had to not only leave your blood family behind, which I think was probably the least devastating for you in this life. It was the land, it was the woods, it was the fae and the earth elementals and the animals and the plants that you were devastated to have to leave behind. And of course, they're showing me where you had to move was very parallel and similar to the landscape that you grew up in. But the magic, the portals, the energy was just different. You made the best of it. You were forced to marry. We got the 8 of Wands, but it's in reverse. So you drug your feet. You left. You went where you needed to go in Scotland and were forced to marry this little girl. And you were, let's just put this out there, with this whole, all the stuff we know is going on in the world, and with children, and all the yucky nastiness with adults and children, and we don't even need to say the words. We already know what it is. You, even being a boy, you were a boy, 14, of morals, even though you were legally married, it wasn't on your heart to participate in anything like that. You were living with this wife of yours as more of a sister or a good friend, and taking care of each other. And you guys became actually really good friends. And you showed her, you found the new lay of the land where you were. And, you found new animal friends and creatures. And you really tuned into the energy environment where you were in Scotland. And then they're showing me, it wasn't until you were about 17 years old, and they're showing me, so she would have been only 14 at the time. So you both traveled as a married couple, and they're like, no children yet? No children? Like, yeah, no children yet. Because you guys weren't doing that back then. You had standards, you had morals. You were not going to do those things with a child. And you brought her back to your homeland to visit, and you were so happy and overjoyed to come back home and know that your land was still there, your animal friends. I mean, of course, some had probably passed away because there's a sadness here. They're showing me this stag, like this deer, this male deer, this stag, this buck energy. He was like an animal totem for you. So I don't know in this life, Jacqueline, if you are really drawn to deer, like spirit animals, specifically the buck spirit animal or the stag, but specifically like a white-tailed deer. And I don't even know if they have white-tailed deer in Ireland, but that's the deer spirit showing me in my mind's eye. So it could be slightly different than a white-tailed deer. But you were very connected to that stag, and he was no longer there. He had passed away, and it was sad for you. But you made the best. This is how they're bridging the gap now into this life. You may have been dealt a hand. I don't think it was forced upon you so much as it was in this past life that they're bringing forward for you, Jacqueline. In this life, you might have been forced, or you thought you had to, go down certain roads or do certain things, or, move in locations or places or jobs or whatever that just weren't comfortable for you, but you thought you had to do it because that's just what we do as adults or whatever. But in this life, you've learned so many lessons from that life. So let's just see, bridging the gap between the lives. What is this teaching her? Why did she need to know about this specific life? Yes, I love this. This is so cool. So we have the Six of Swords, which is about healing, and then we have the Lovers, which is very interesting. You might have very high standards or morals in love. Even if you didn't always in this life, you have grown in this life to have very high standards and morals in life, in love, in this life. As a result of this past life, you just knew it wasn't right for you to, and they're showing me, they're going back to the past life now too. They're showing me you to, really having that bond of friend, more brother sister energy into friends, and then eventually into lovers. They're showing me you guys waited till, wow, she was 17 years old, which, that's like old lady status back in those days, it seems. Before you guys were sharing a bed and intimate, and then when she was 18, had your first child. You guys had 3 children. You did end up living a decently very happy life, very comfortable life. You guys were nobles, so you had a lot of wealth and that going for you, but you were just kind of basically forced to be in one place and marry one person that you didn't even know her before the wedding, or like leading up, like 2 weeks before the wedding was the first time you met her, but you made the most of the situation and you actually did love her deeply. And it's very interesting because they're not showing me that that girl in that life is in your life in this life, but they're showing me, yes, she is, but not in the way, incarnated. She is a spirit guide for you in this life. And it's very, this is so cool. Okay. Now they're kind of backpedaling on she's not incarnated. Yes, she's not currently incarnated, but she actually was incarnated as a pet for you when you were a child. So if you didn't have a pet, there might have been a neighbor's pet or just a pet that you were around as a child. It feels like a dog to me, like a dog energy. But if it's not a dog, it's a cat that acts very much like a dog, because sometimes there are cats out there that read very much like a dog's energy to me. And I will just say it's a dog, and they're like, oh no, that's actually a cat. But like he'd play fetch and he would, almost bark with his meow, and he acted very loving and very lovable like a dog. So sometimes I can get that confused. But this is like a childhood pet of yours, or a pet you had, before it's long passed away. So that girl incarnated as that pet for you in this life, but now she's a spirit guide again. And wow, it's so interesting. But the energy of this is very healing for you. So I don't know if just you tuning into the energy of this past life, just the act of tuning in is, yeah, that's why I almost want to say it's like a neighbor's pet or something. Yeah, because it didn't feel like it lived in your home. Like I wasn't tuning in that it lived in your home. So this could have been a neighborhood pet, or just a dog you saw a lot, or, and maybe you weren't, honed in on it 100%, but the energy of that pet was a guardian for you without you even really knowing it when you were younger. And now, of course, she is a spirit guide to you. But there's so much healing, even more on a subconscious level coming through this reading right now to help you on the steps ahead. So, and this also came out, the 7 of Swords in reverse. And again, I was trying to bridge the gap between the lives. And in that past life, you felt deceived, cheated, lied to, stolen from, duped, basically forced to go live this new life. But again, you made the most of it. But in this life, you have way more, options, or I guess power or control over the direction of your life than you did in that life. And remembering your power, remembering your sovereignty is going to be everything for you. All right, what else? Anything else to close out this super cool reading? Yes, 3 of Pentacles. Look at this. Collaboration. Learning a skill, learning something. This is like wanting to really grow your skills. And again, with the Lover's energy here of that, that past life wife, younger sister / friend / wife energy coming in, is she's helping you work on leveling yourself up in all sorts of ways. It's not just like in a career or in your personal life, in your, creative endeavors. It's just in so many different aspects and facets of life that are coming in for you. She's helping, and not just her, but other guides as well. All right, let's get a closing message for Jacqueline, please. Very cool. right? We have fairy magic. Stop it, Spirit. Come on. Remember, you had that sense of magic in the forest and you worked with the fae, the fairies. Look at that. You can't make this stuff up. Respectfully work with the fairies and elementals to achieve your goals. So you still are tapped in. You have to remember. Tuning into your heart will help you remember how to tune in. You know, it's like on the movie Hook. You got to say you believe in fairies for fairies to be real, right? So whatever this means to you, if you have no interest in connecting with fairies or earth elementals, you don't have to do that. But you can utilize this connection or this magic, this energy in your career, in your relationships, in your creative endeavors, whatever that looks like. In gardening, if you do have pets now, your connection to animals, all of this is intertwined and connected. Even if it's not like the forefront of your life in this life like it was in that life, it's still a piece or a fractal of what you have going on. It's so beautiful. You still have that connection to nature. So getting out in nature, even if you don't know what to do or how to connect, just be there. Just be in nature and allow nature to communicate with you, because she will. Through the animals, through the trees, through the plants and the animals and the insects and the sky and the clouds and the rain and the wind and the rivers, she will communicate to you because you are tuned in. Whether you know it or not, Jacqueline, I just want to keep calling you Jackie. I feel like we're on a nickname basis. If you don't like the nickname Jackie, I do apologize. But my main character in my book, her name is Jakaya, but we call her Jackie in the book I'm writing. So I love the name Jackie. I'm so fond of it. So I say it fondly. If it's a name that you don't like, I do apologize, but I do say it fondly. Yes. So that's your past life reading. I love it. All right, Michelle De Leon, my dear, you are next. Thanks again for your donation, Jacqueline, and I appreciate it. And wow, what a fun reading. I love these past life readings. So fun. I have a pretty big past life reading planned on my Harmony Portal Tarot channel. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able, because I've got so many planned. Like, I'm so excited to film them all yesterday that I've got so much coming in. That I might not even get to this reading until January or so, but I'm so excited. Yes, I'm a Jackie. Yay. Yeah, you've always felt the connection. Yep, it's still there. It's absolutely still there. What's in store for me with the eclipse and the 1111 portal energies? Yes, let's find out. They're telling me to go back to the Fountain Tarot, so we're going to oblige. All right, tuning back in now to Michelle De Leon's energy. What is in store for her for these eclipse and 1111 portal energies? Okay, wow. They want to talk about something. Okay. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, wow. The 10 of coins, 10 of pentacles. Mic drop, that's good. The sun, mic drop, that's good. Justice, that's good. And 2 of cups. Wow. I know we talked about you just kind of want to take a break from love, but like, I don't know, it's kind of knocking at your door again. Although this could be maybe not just romantic love, this could be soulmate energy. And this could quite possibly be like they're really honing in now to the energy of your sister-in-law. So I don't know if you and your sister-in-law have something planned, or you're collaborating on something, or just spending more time together, connecting more. I don't know. There's something maybe with you and the sister-in-law. They're also showing me another female friend and then also a male friend. So I don't know if you have a group of friends where there's at least one male, one female that you're hanging out with, doing some fun things with. Justice to me really is resonating with your, the foot and the whole lawsuit thing, everything you got going on with that. So these eclipse energies and the portal are really helping they're showing me specifically between the 1111 portal and the 1212 portal. There's something coming in really big for you energetically that's going to really balance your energy. And again, maybe that settlement or money, or you hearing about what's going on with that between 1111 and 1212. You're getting some answers with that. Oh, you're going to a Taylor Swift concert in Arizona. See, wow, that's so cool. Yeah, you guys are just connecting and bonding more. And then with the sun, this literally could represent also your son, Curtis, that could be his energy. And, the 10 of Pentacles is like home and family, lineage, legacy, but also abundance, more money coming in, or maybe bills are lowering because, money coming in could just look like less money going out as well. But I see for you, it might be both. So again, these eclipse energies are carrying us all the way to April 19th. So between now and April 19th, you're seeing a major increase in just happiness in your life and just feeling more joyful, more childlike, allowing your inner child to come out and play once in a while, tuning into the things that bring you joy, making more money. Maybe you're working more hours, but to me, this feels joyful. Whatever work you're doing, it feels joyful and you're happy to do it. You're like, yes, I can't wait to go back to work. I had so much fun the other night. I hope that one customer comes back. He was hilarious. Like, it's a vibe. It's just elevated energy. Just people seem to be more cordial and happy and not as triggered, which I know, just reading the energies, this is almost the extreme opposite of what most of the collective is going through these next 6 months. Is there's a lot of craziness out in the human collective, but Michelle's little bubble here seems like nothing's gonna get you down. I just heard that song, Nobody's Gonna Break My Stride, Nobody's Gonna Hold Me Down. I've got to keep on moving. Who sings that? I think it's from the late 80s or early 90s. I'm gonna find it. Okay, lyrics. Okay. So it's called Break My Stride, but who sings it? Last night I had the strangest dream. I sailed away to China in a little rowboat to find you, and you said you had to get your laundry cleaned. Didn't want no one to hold you. What does that mean? And you said, ain't nobody gonna break my stride. Ain't nobody gonna slow me down. Oh no, I gotta keep on moving. It's funny because, like the guy is like, you didn't want no one to hold you. It's like love's trying to knock on your door, and you're like, no, I'm on my own for now. I got my own things going on. I'm excited about my life. Who sings this? Let's see. Music of Windswept, No Ears Music, Hallelujah Productions, Big Ears Music Incorporated, songwriter. Oh, Source Music Match. Songwriters Matthew Wilder and Greg. Were they a group? Matthew Wilder, I guess. See, I couldn't have told you that either. I have no idea. But that's funny. Yeah, it's so relatable, right? And then we have the world on the back of the deck. So there is definitely travel coming in for you over these next 6 months. But I specifically want to kind of tune into like the next few weeks. I know this is like longer term 6 months energy, but I want to see for the next few weeks what's going on for Michelle in the next few weeks. Oh God, just going from good to gooder. There we go. Look, the star. Is she pole dancing? I think she's pole dancing. You're just feeling yourself. You are having lots of good times. And, between now and like 12/12 and beyond, we're in the holiday spirit, holiday season for not everybody, but I know you celebrate those holidays and, family connection, and it's a fun time for you. So you really are having that deep sense of connection with your family and friends and just feeling very in the spirit this year. Where maybe in certain years past, you just didn't feel as, holiday spirited as you're going to feel this year. It just feels very, very much a sigh of relief and just good times coming in. All right, what else does she need to know for these portal energies? Transformation isn't always easy, but it's interesting because I think you've laid the groundwork, the heavy lifting for this transformation, and now it's kind of all downhill from here, but like in a good way, like in a roller coaster, fun kind of way. Like you've done the hard work for this transformation you're going through, this glow up, this, tuning into what it is you want to do with your life kind of energy. And you're just ready to, see what comes out, what comes up. Yeah, life purpose. And I was going that direction. It's like you're really tuning into what you want to do, what you want to be when you grow up, and what you want to experience, where you want to travel, what you want to go out there and experience. There's a lot of nature energy here as well. All right, any additional words of wisdom? Also want to get one from the your grandma. Your grandma's coming in. And remind me, did you guys call her Nana? Is that right? But I'm gonna get an ancestor card from her, a message for you as well. And then one of these. That's awesome. I've been feeling kind of tired and blah the last few days. Was hoping for some good energies to look forward to. Yes, and it's coming in. It's coming in hot. And I'm kind of a freak of nature today because most people, not all, but most people are kind of run down around the eclipse or just like overwhelmed. It's a lot energetically. They're tired, they're moody. This probably one of the first eclipses and I don't know how long that I haven't felt like that. I'm just like, wow. It's almost so dumb. Spirit when I went, woo! Spirit showed me okay, I think it's on Netflix. It's a movie from like 2006 called Sex Drive of all things. And it's got Seth Green. He was in that 70s show in American Pie. I think he was in American Pie. I can't remember. He was in a lot of like Can't Hardly Wait. You know, Seth Green. He was in that movie. And that they're showing me like the part of that movie called where the Amish people were going on Rumspringa, where they are allowed to go drink and party and do like worldly things. Like Rumspringa. It's like you're breaking out of the day-to-day monotony and you're doing something new and exciting. Like that's the vibe I'm getting. So let's get one of these making magic cards and then we'll get a message from your grandma before we wrap it up. All right, what awesome stuff is coming in for Michelle during this portal? Oh, you've seen that? It's so funny. So funny. I mean, yeah, it's got a nasty name, but it's not a bad movie. It's actually kind of cute. They steal the brother's car and go on a road trip. It's cool, whatever. Yes, you need that in your life. Maybe watching movies that make you laugh and that movie, it's in and of itself, there's a sense of adventure because they steal the brother's car and they go on a road trip like across the state or a couple states. I can't remember quite where they're situated. It's been a minute since I've seen it, but it's a good time. Yeah, they're running into a lot of obstacles and craziness along the way, but they have fun. Yeah. And then achievement, win the award, accolade, or contract. So you're, again, with that 10 of Pentacles, you're leveling up in your recognition, in your financial standing, in your abundance, in your, what you're building as your life purpose, as your legacy. You're leveling up. All right. Let's get a message from your Nana, from your grandmother. She wanted to come through, so we're going to give her moment in the sun. Yeah, she's letting you know you can tap into that beautiful high priestess energy, harness that mystic power, because you are psychic, you are gifted, you are intuitive. We all are. Like, we're like, oh, I'm not spiritual, I don't think anyone says that, but like, oh, I don't really have spiritual gifts, or I'm not, very intuitive, or I'm not. We are. We just forgot that we are. It's about tuning back into our natural state, because spirit is our natural state. So how could we not be spiritual? How could we not have access to our gifts? We do. It's just so many of us have closed them off. And I worked for years, the past, since 2016, I've been working very diligently to get back those gifts that I shut down as a, like early teenager. I shut those down, but I couldn't completely shut them out. I could still hear them knocking on the door and certain things would slip through every once in a while, but I've been working since 2016. So what's that, 7 years-ish, almost 7, 6, it'll be 7 years next year, something like that. I don't know. Math isn't my strong suit. I've been working that long just to reclaim those gifts that were innately mine and even finding new ones along the way. It's amazing. And that's what your grandma's saying is you have the gift, the ability to tune into that and bring it back. And even if you never felt like you had it to begin with, you have, because that is your natural resonance is spirit. So tune in. It's yours. And then Knight, be brave and honest. This is just, I think, facing your own beautiful spiritual evolution and gifts and tuning into your life purpose and not being afraid to go after what is meant for you, whatever that is, whoever that is, You're transforming. Yes. The High Priestess for the first time this week. I know, it was that and the Hierophant were following us around last week. And this week, what has been following us this week? I can't really say there's been one specific card. There's been a lot of abundance cards coming out, like in the collective readings, and just a lot of claiming our sovereignty type of energy. And a lot of my pick-a cards and even the daily messages are all about just reclaiming our power, really. It's powerful. I'm here for it. I know that. So much fun. So let's see. Aw, you're so welcome, Michelle. Thanks again for your donation. It's always a pleasure to read for you. And since I've got you all here, let's pull everyone who's still watching a card before we leave. That's our last donation, and I think I'm kind of winding down to where I'd like to go hang out with my husband and just wind down before I go to bed. Sometimes, like when I used to be on a live stream at night like this for like 3 to 4 hours, I'd be like all amped up and yeah, and then it'd be really difficult for me to go to sleep because I just didn't give myself time to ground back in before I went to sleep. So I think what I'm going to do after this is to go take a grounding shower and just cozy up with my hubby. Maybe we'll watch a show or something, and I don't know. Maybe I'll do some journaling. I don't know. I haven't like made a plan. This is funny, Amber. Look, it's just staring at me from the back of the deck. I was talking about that Hierophant was following us around last week. They're both letting us know, that High Priestess and the Hierophant. They're letting us know they're both still here. 11 likes, love it. All right. So for everyone who's still here, since you're still here, since I have you all here, let's pull us a couple extra cards. Anyone not watching now or the replay, let's just see what's in store for us. Anything else we need to know about the eclipse in the 11/11 portal energies? All what, 5 of us watching now and however many are watching the replay. What do we need to know? We've got 1 tarot card and 1 making magic. Ooh, 4 pentacles. So we're shifting the way we think of money. Those who've been holding on to money in fear that it's not going to come back if we let it go, you're shifting out of that and allowing yourself to be more free flowing with the money. Those of you watching that are a little too spendthrift at this time, you're kind of dialing that back a bit. So it's all about finding the balance with the money going in, or the money coming in and the money going out. So you're finding a balance with that during this, week between now and like Friday. You're getting a handle on that. So I don't know if someone's getting paid Friday or if there's a bill you're paying between now and then, but you're finding a way to pull back. Those of you that have maybe been spending a little more than you're kind of like maybe a little like, ooh, probably shouldn't spend anymore. That's probably good line of thinking. Those of you that have been holding so tight to your money, you don't want to let anything go. It's okay. It's okay to let it flow, because what you let go of usually returns to you in some way. Okay, and our Making Magic card for those of us still watching and on the replay. Oh, you're planning to pay off your car. There you go. That's a final. That's a good payment to make. That's a final payment. And then of course the car still has maintenance and gas and insurance and all of that, and the registration every year and all that. But the car payment, that's awesome. A little frivolous this week. I bought a planner and some makeup and eyelashes. Though sometimes it's okay. Sometimes it's okay, especially if that's not like your normal operation and you splurge and treat yourself a little bit. Hey, that's okay. But if I'm only speaking to those that know, hey, I've been spending a little too much, and last week spent a little too much, and the week. We all know kind of our sweet spot. But then those of us like me that all just really were entrenched and grew up with a lack mentality that, money's hard to come by, and, you got to work hard for your money. And I struggled so hard to A, make the money, and then B, once I made it, finally spend it on something because I was afraid it would never come back to me. So I've been spending many years working through those blocks. So I get it. It's hard to spend money on myself. I will spend money on those I love every day of the week. Although I'm very good about it, very smart with my money now compared to early 20s. I've never had a credit card. I don't have any debt outside of our house. Our house is our only loan we've ever taken. We own both of our cars. When we needed one, we saved and saved and saved and then got it. Then we saved and saved and got the next one. Like, we live very within our means, but it wasn't always like that when I was growing up. I saw how hard it was to make that paycheck stretch, and I'm very fortunate. My husband and I were able to actually live with my in-laws for about 4.5 years before we bought our house. Otherwise, we wouldn't have had a down payment. So I'm very grateful that we, had that privilege to be able to do that. Not everyone gets that. Yeah. But the NaNoWriMo cafes, local shops. There you go. Support local. All right, let's get one more card for all of us. I could just hang out with you guys all night. Mentality like that, and your husband is still in the belief system. Yeah, it's so hard to break out. It's so hard. So hard. I can be the first one to say that. But look, it's time to shine. Create the energetic resonance for golden opportunities, not just to make money and spend money, but just to help others, help ourselves. It's time to shine. It's really time to step into your authenticity and allow those beautiful, innately ingrained gifts within you to come forth. It's time. Now's the time, you guys. Bring them out. Share them with the world. But if you're not ready to share it with the world, at least bring it out for you in whatever way you need to do. All right, you guys. Yeah, they do add up, right? It's like I bought this card deck, and I actually bought this too. And it smells so good. It reminds me of chopping wood when I was a kid. Chopping the wood, stacking the wood, bringing the wood in. But so these are from the snake plant, or mother-in-law's tongue, I think is the other thing they call it. Wrigley, about, I want to say it's been 2+ years now. He was trying to get in this dresser we have downstairs with all his costumes in it, and he was pulling it, but the drawer, it's a antique dresser that my friend repainted for me for Wrigley's nursery before he was born. It's a really bright yellow, and it's got these little owl knobs. It's really cute, but the drawers stick like crazy. Like, they're so tight in there, and they don't push back in. They don't want to pull out. And he's pulling it, and he pulls the whole thing down on him. Thankfully, he was out of the way, and it didn't land on him. But the two amazing, awesome, thriving snake plants that I had stacked on there, both went, they just didn't make it in the dirt. One completely died, and then I salvaged these couple pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces, and then I got 3 more downstairs still in a bigger jar. But I got this because I thought they would probably, I don't know, look cuter in something like this. And I just want to bring more green back up into my office again, because I used to have the bamboo plant, which a couple of those kind of weren't doing well. So I cut the thing off and put them in here. And now they're really doing well in these two. So I'm going to bring that back. I actually brought the bigger part back up, and it just doesn't seem to do very well in this room. I don't know why, but I'm going to see if we can bring them back and maybe set some intentions and see what we need to do for minerals or something to bring those plants back to life. But yeah. Oh, first time you got this car on lease, and now we want to buy it out. We have been saving for it as well. That's awesome. Yeah. Well, you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. Thank you for spending this awesome Tuesday lunar eclipse evening with me for Woo Woo Tuesday, not Woo Woo Wednesday. So we're not going to be live tomorrow for Woo Woo Wednesday because we did it tonight instead. But I will be back Friday, and I do have a What's Next for You pick a card up right now on Harmony Portal Tarot. That posted today, and of course the daily messages are coming out day after day. And what was my other recent pick a card? I think it was a message from your future self. No, that was a minute back. Let's see if I can find it. I'm like, can't think. Brain is recalibrating. Let's see. My most recent videos. Let's go to my channel. I'll just give you guys, I think some of you have seen them for sure. Others of you that haven't, let me just give you a little spiel of what's out there. Oh, the message from your spirit guides. That's a more recent pick a card. And then a message from your future self. And then good news coming your way. Your path ahead, and of course all those daily messages sprinkled in there as well. Yeah, you all have a wonderful night. I'll be back here on Friday, like I said, 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and we have the 11/11 reading. Big, amazing pick a card. I haven't edited it yet. I filmed it today, and I was blown away by the beautiful transformational timeline shifts that are coming up for all of us in this little collective. I'm just so excited beside myself. Yes, 11 a.m. on 11/11. We will be here. But before we're here at 10 a.m. Mountain Time, that 11/11 reading will be over on Harmony Portal Tarot, linked below. If you're not subscribed, you can find the link below if you want to subscribe and check that out on Friday. And of course, I got a backlog of other stuff you can check out in the meantime if you feel so inclined. And what else? Next Thursday on Patreon, not this Thursday as in 2 days from now, but next Thursday on the 17th, at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, we are doing a spiritual experiences Zoom meeting. So we can be like in face-to-face or voice-to-voice, or if you're not comfortable doing any of that, we can chat. There's a chat as well, where we're just going to dive into our spiritual experiences and just have a conversation. And I'm not just going to do all the talking. I hope others do some talking. I'm always doing all the talking. Yeah, so I'm so excited for that. And of course, we will also have the personal readings live stream on Patreon later that month, probably the following Tuesday or Thursday after that one. So, yeah, a lot of good stuff going on Patreon. We have a big next 6 months reading, Patreon exclusive reading over there about these eclipse season energies and the next 6 months already over there. But yeah, Patreon is where it's at. We have been hanging out there a lot. I'm really excited to be back over there again. I felt like a part of me died when I had to close that down since the end of April, going into accidentally, it just went up on November because I could have sworn I paused it. I paused the billing, but nope, it billed everyone. So I was kind of, made to step back into it, and I'm so glad I did. I'm like one of the happiest accidents I've had in a long time. I'm so happy to be back there. The vibe is just, oh, it's so good. You love being there. I'm so glad. I'm so glad to have you there. It's so much fun. Yes, you'll have to see how that will go with my husband around. Yeah, no worries. Just tell me you have a meeting, and go in a bedroom and close the door or something. Like, very important meeting. Bye. Well, you guys have a wonderful evening. I'm gonna go. Treat yourself, but not too much. Remember, those that have been treating themselves a little too much, just dial back just a bit, with that 4 of Pentacles we got. But if if it's you, then you know. But if it wasn't your energy in that, of course, be able to spend. If you need to spend, spend. Yes, I love you guys. Have a beautiful rest of your evening, and we will check you next time. I've caught you up on everything else, so I'm not going to repeat myself. So I love you, and bye. Have a good one.